all for love. On a tiny asteroid amidst the swarming dwarf stars, young Jason Kazan found romance. What made his predicament far from ideal, however, was the need for murder and desperate flight in order to protect his strange affair of the heart. Far out in space is the asteroid called Vulca by Earthlings. There, in the laboratory of Dr. Arctic, excitement reigns.
Come quick, Cleo. I saw something terrible on the space scope. A craft spiraling down out of control. It's a miracle the craft was able to steer through the dwarf stars without being wrecked. By the way it's acting now, it's going to crash close by.
I can't watch, Master. It's awful.
As Dr. Arctic and the woman he called Cleo watched in dismay, the spacecraft from outer space hurtled downward, twisting and turning uncontrollably.
The atmosphere here, not like that of Earth at all. Much more gravitational pull. My landing rockets won't work. My only chance is to level off. Try to land the way primitive aircraft did way back in the 20th century. The rocket brakes are useless. Here goes with what they used to call a three-point landing.
Hurry, Cleo. Perhaps the pilot still lives.
It would take a super being to survive that wreck, Master.
From the markings on the ship, I would guess it came from Earth. First one to get through the dwarf stars in centuries.
An Earthling. At last I will get a chance to look at one of the fabled creatures. Alas, everything inside the ship is wrecked, and he's dead. My, how handsome he must be been.
Help me carry him outside. There might still be a spark of life left in him. Quick, into the jet mobile. There is still a slight pulse speed.
An Earthling. I have always dreamed of meeting one, and this man is so beautiful. If only he could live.
By some miracle, this man survived the crash.
It is a miracle, Master, more than even you know.
He must be in great pain. Probably suffering from internal injuries.
How soft and tender his hand feels. Not at all like Arctic's hand and the other men on Vulca.
Back to the house they sped. Then, after Dr. Arctic had used his Vano needle, Jason began to breathe more normally again.
Well, the rest is up to fate. You will stay close to him, attend to his every need.
In the days that followed, Jason Kazan slowly regained his strength. His recovery, he knew, was due in great part to the adoring attention of Cleo.
Bet no one in the solar system ever had a better looking nurse. I could spend the rest of my life here, Cleo, with you fussing over me. But I've got to get up on my pins. They're expecting me back on Earth.
The Earth has already been notified of your crash landing. This will come as a shock to you. There is little chance you will ever be able to leave Vulca. Like the rest of us, you will spend the remainder of your life on this little asteroid.
What? Nonsense. As soon as I get my ship repaired.
Jason, your ship was completely wrecked. Even if you could construct another one, there is hardly enough pocket fuel on all of Vulca to get you back to Earth.
You mean? I'm doomed to live out my life here, on this godforsaken piece of space dust?
I can make the hours pass pleasantly, Jason, if only you let me.
But, Cleo, I thought you were Dr. Arctic's woman.
I was, until you came along, but I could never devote myself to such a scrawny, book-reading old man again, not after knowing you.
That'd be a fine way to show my gratitude to Arctic for saving my life, stealing his woman. Sorry, but
Come, he told me to ensure your recovery. We can do that by seeing the wonders of Vulca while you're still recuperating.
Reluctantly, At first, he allowed himself to be driven from Dr. Ardic's house by the radiant Cleo.
Wow, you weren't kidding when you said wonders, Cleo.
You like it, Jason? Come, there is more to see.
So this is the Diamond Mountain, eh? Spectacular, staggering, nothing on Earth like this.
And dear Jason, there is nothing on Vulca like you. Your hair, your eyes, they make one tremble with excitement.
Jason felt his resistance crumbling. For several hours the tour of Vulca remained academic, but later that night,
The Crystal Lake and the moons, they do something to you.
Yes, darling, they thaw even the coldest heart, I am told. Please, Jason, I have never been kissed before. Show me how.
the wondrous perfume of her body in his nostrils, poor Jason felt himself engulfed by love. One kiss and he was a captive forever.
The silly laws here are keeping me bound to Dr. Arctic, but since you are staying with him, we'll be together, darling.
I'd be a lot happier if we could set up our own home, but since it's impossible, we'll have to. Say, down there, looks like a spaceport. Those ships, if we could get hold of one, we could rocket off the speck of a steel real estate and
Land on a distant plane? I'm afraid not, dearest. I've already told you there isn't enough fuel on Vulca. Those are what we call exile ships.
of course, I've heard of them. Criminals ordered to leave Vulca are put aboard these space jumpers, shot beyond the gravitational field, where they float forever in space. Not a very appetizing fate.
Even if we were to share it together, darling, would it be so horrible then? Alone in space, for the rest of our lives?
It would be a way to escape from Arctic at that, but until it's necessary, baby, let's stay right here.
The rapturous days passed and Jason and his beloved became more devoted. Then, inevitably,
Nothing's going to take me from you, Cleo, even if I have to kill to keep your love.
So this is why you always seem too busy to help me any longer. Cleo, get to your room. Instantly.
Hold up, doctor, I've been meaning to talk to you about me and Cleo. We're crazy about each other and I can't live without her, if you know what the feeling is. If only you'd try to understand.
To your room, Cleo. I command it. I have some things to explain to this idiot. Things which you evidently neglected to tell him. She's gone. Now I can tell you about the madness. You plan for yourself. Haven't you wondered about the obvious shortage of women here? Before I let you take her, we'll destroy her. Cleo is my creature and
Arctic, he's dead.
He threatened to keep us apart, and that would be more than I could bear. I did it for both of us, Jason, for our love. You understand, don't you?
Of course I understand, baby, but right now we've got to shake the dust of Vulca from us. If they catch us, it's a murder rap.
But where can we go? The asteroid is so small. It's out into space for us, in one of the exile ships. That way we'll be together forever, and no one can separate us. I've thought it all over and I want it this way. I'm prepared to sacrifice everything for love.
Quick, that nearest exile ship. Get to it fast.
If you're sure, darling, I'm willing. The spaceport guards, they've got us trapped, Jason.
Keep running, Cleo. I'll hold them off. You get the launching rocket started.
Hurry, my love, we can't waste a drop of the rocket fuel.
I'm in this up to my neck already. Might as well make sure nothing interferes with our getaway. Quick, I'll hold the door. Get this junkhead into the air.
I hope I can, darling. You must love me if you put your life in my hands like this. Here it goes.
with an ear-shattering roar, the exile ship blasts off, just as the spaceport guards are storming the door.
It's getting terribly hot in here, Jason.
Baby, pray that out fuel lasts until we blast free of the gravitational pull. Until then they might still capture us.
The seconds ticked by, and soon the ship began go float lazily, its rocket power exhausted.
We made it, darling. We're safe.
Jason, the heat. It's awful. We woman creatures of Vulca can't stand a temperature higher than our own asteroid. I should have warned you.
Good lord, your skin is melting like wax. Your skin, it's plasticon, covering a robot. That's what Arctic was going to tell me before you killed him. That's why you said you belonged to him.
Don't hate me, darling. Please. We love each other and will be in this ship forever.
Good God, doomed to float around in space until I die. With that.
The end. Subscribe to watch more. Like to show your support. Thanks for watching.